Well, thanks so much for your time. We're here at the beautiful Café Royal in London, and what an exciting time for travel. Been a big 2022 and obviously a big year ahead for you guys, as London is one of the places everyone wants to travel to.
Yes, absolutely right. Look, first of all, 2022 has been a record year. Since March, since the easing of the restrictions in London from mid-February onwards, London really has been the booming city, and I would say probably in the world for sure. The rates have gone up dramatically, which is amazing for the business after a very tough 2 years. And every month since April have been a record month in the history of the hotel. So looking forward to continuing this trend into 2023 and hopefully have another successful year.
And obviously the product here has been fantastic for years, and you've maintained that beautiful quality and personalised service and elegance, and that's probably made you one of the top properties right after the pandemic as well, of somewhere people really wanted to stay.
Yeah, that's right. Well, look, first of all, we celebrated our 10th anniversary. 10 years is a key time for a hotel because, of course, you've been going for long enough to deliver stability, good service and structure. But also, we've always looked at how we can rejuvenate the product, which is very important because there is a lot of it in London. Our key asset, though, is our people. We've worked on a culture of great service, of warmth, welcoming the guests time and time again, really impress people when they stay with us, and makes a big difference, particularly at times when the rates are so high, the element of value for money has to be there all the time. Great challenge, but in the same time, the rewards of doing that really well. And as I said, that culture of genuine hospitality, warmth, has been for us the key, and the team I have in the hotel is tremendous at it.
That's been a big key to get your loyal customers back when they could start travelling again, as you would have seen in the past 12 months as well.
Yeah, correct, and reputation building has been key for us as well. I've been here for 5 years now, and one of the first things I wanted to do is ensure that we brought that hotel back to the top of the London hotel scene, if you like, and the top choice for travellers, internationally and domestic. And you start with the team. The people that deliver that service every day is really what matters the most. Of course, location is very important, and we have an amazing location here where we are. Product is stunning, but the people really is what makes the big difference. And we've been recognized quite consistently in doing so well.
And you are very popular with Americans as one of your biggest markets. This part of London is very popular for Americans to want to stay in, and we've never seen air capacity like we have across the Atlantic now. So a lot more capacity coming for next summer. It's obviously an exciting time for you, knowing that there is going to be a lot more opportunities for that market to come in.
Yes, absolutely. I think the key thing for us is that our location is where you want to be. So we are on Piccadilly Circus, Regent Street. So when it comes to coming out of the hotel, you turn right, you're in Soho. You turn left, you're in Wayfarer. So shopping, theatres, museums, bars, everything is on your doorstep. So that's been a key element of Americans coming here because they enjoy being part of the action, of course. But also what we have in this hotel, which is quite unique, is a real mix of contemporary and heritage, which also appeals to a lot of people. And Americans in particular love being somewhere that are historical. The building is 1865, opened by a Frenchman at the time, and has a real history. And the grill room, for instance, where we serve afternoon tea, has been since 1865. I've served guests from all walks of life, including Muhammad Ali, Lady Diana, Churchill, and that has a lot of weight when people come and choose and stay somewhere, because they want to feel part of, first of all, a great city and the vibe of London, but also where history was created and made. So yes, indeed very popular.
In a building on Regent Street, and there's no other hotels in these buildings on Regent Street, it's quite iconic from that point, but when you come inside, the interiors have just maintained so well over the past 10 years, and you do feel like you're almost re-staying in a hotel that's just reopened again. Yeah,
we've been lucky. I mean, we did a lot of works during the pandemic when, so that was key for us to make sure that when we do reopen, we were fresh and felt very relevant and today. So we've done that well, of course. As I said, the mixture of new and old is done really well. Pierre Lissoni designed the lobby for us, and that's a more Art Deco-ish, 1930s, 40s piece of art, and it's a beautiful sense of arrival when you come to a hotel like ours. And then you walk into the corridors throughout Regent Street entrance, and then you go into the historical part, 1865, and there you feel the sense of history. What I like about the hotel because of this is that whether you are 10 years old, 30 or 40 years old or 70 years old, you feel very relevant because there are points and touches of things that you like, because you can identify with the design very, very well.
You mentioned the food and beverage. It's very good in this hotel, and it's like walking into a very quiet part of London. When you walk into the restaurants and bars in here, you feel like you're somewhere else. You don't feel like you're in the hustle and bustle of one of the biggest cities in the world.
Yeah, again, we're very lucky. The building is designed actually in a very peculiar way because there's a lot of pockets of things happening everywhere. A lot of restaurants and bars, 2 bars, 3 or 4 restaurants. One which I opened in September recently with Alex Dilling, world famous chef. Really, really happy to finally have at the hotel a fine dining gastronomic reference. Alex was chef at Hélène Darroze, of course, then went to the Greenhouse and gained 2 Michelin stars. We're hoping they will do so here very soon, and so that's really the last piece of the jigsaw. And of course, I mentioned the grill room earlier, where we serve afternoon tea in a very classic, historical, beautiful, gold gilded room. You feel like you're part of something quite special and historical. Then of course, in 2018 we joined with Albert Adrià, who opened his first restaurant here outside of Spain, his first venture out, and that is doing really well. It's really the window of the hotel because you're on Regent Street, the world goes by, shoppers, travelers, tourists, etc. And you're enjoying some wonderful pastries by a world-class pastry chef, and that's a lot of fun too. The green bar, of course, in the corner is our Soho connection because you have more towards the Soho side. So you see the guys and girls coming back from the office, coming out, having a quick drink before they go home, or a long one rather sometimes. And it's a lot of fun too. And the brasserie on top, on the first floor, which is the hub of the hotel. As you check in or check out into the lobby, then the first floor has that gallery space called the brasserie now, where you can have all the dining, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and again, when you come in, that gives you a sense of buzz and excitement. Really, I mean, we have an exceptional offering. And of course, don't forget, we have Akasha Spa too, which we can talk about for a second, because what I love about the spa is that first it has a 60-foot long pool, which is a real lap pool. You're 2 floors below Piccadilly Circus. So, if you think about the fact that you are above an ant's nest of a city where buses, taxis, people, shoppers, crazy environment, 2 floors above you, and then you go 2 floors down in complete peace and heaven and silence and just tranquility. And that appeals to our guests a lot, but also we have a lot of members that live in the area and work in there that just enjoy the membership here.
It's just so good to have that kind of offering. I like the idea that you can get a picnic and have a hamper in the park, or you can come in here and have 1 of 4 or 5 different restaurant experiences. So you've got a little urban oasis here in London, which is just kind of so unique to this part of town.
I think the urban oasis you just touched on is exactly what it was. We became a real, particularly during the pandemic and beyond, an urban kind of resort, if you like, right in the centre of the city of London. And our guests really enjoy that sense of location first, being part of an amazing, beautiful building, having access to great restaurants and bars, a superb spa, and of course being served by wonderful, warm, welcoming people. And that really has been our strength in the last 5 years, and we really look forward to the next 2 or 3, in that respect, because I think 2 or 3 years is what we're looking at now in growth and everything else.
I was going to say, what's your X factor, but you just nailed it right there for me. So, but thank you so much for having us, and really what a wonderful job you've had to maintain this property on the level that it is.
Pleasure.